Now, my number one dating app that I would recommend to any and everybody. Some people have said no. Some people said didn't work for me. Some people said, girl, how you meet all them people? But let me tell you, I had a hot girl summer in 2019. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Miss D and I am back with another video. And as you can see in the title, today we're going to talk about my top 5 dating sites. I don't necessarily know if I want to say top 5 because the one that's at the bottom is like bottom of the barrel, but I am going to work my way up. I have been an avid online dater probably the last 10 years. I've tried many different sites, from Bumble to Match to BLK to Plenty of Fish. There's a variety of things out there that you can try when you're trying to get your little swerve on, you know what I'm saying? But not all dating apps are alike. So in this video, I'm going to give you my reasons of how I rate these apps, what I've experienced on them, and what to expect. Now, granted, everyone's situation and circumstance is going to be different. So you could either take this with a grain of salt, or you can take it into consideration, but I'm just going to let you know how it's worked for me. Starting at the bottom, number 5, meaning the worst app that I've ever been on, BLK. The app is called BLK, or like black, but it's not just for black people. There's many different races on that app. And I guess you could use, if like a white man kind of wants a black girl or whatever that may be, he can hop on there and find him some chocolate. Now, here's the reason why I rate it at the lowest. The interface is not that great. It's not terrible, but the quality of people that were on there, I'm like, did they go to my high school? Did they go to the local community college? Did they go down to the neighborhood on the south side of Phoenix? Some of y'all know where that's at. And just be like, hey, we got an app called BLK, join today. Because when I tell you, everybody that was on there, I was like, I never wanted to see this person a day again in my life. Like, why is he popping up across my timeline? Talk about, I recognize you, we matched. No, don't recognize me, boo-boo. Needless to say, I never met anybody in person on that app. It just was not for me. And when I tell you I had the app less than 48 hours, between 24 and 48 hours, I was like, sis, gotta go. I was out. I was like, no, I want no parts. From people I used to work with, went to school with, it was just bottom of the barrel. Period. Coming in at number 4, everyone's favorite, Plenty of Fish. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Plenty of Fish. I think after like Black Planet, if y'all remember Black Planet, probably back like in 2003, wasn't even old enough to be on Black Planet, but it was like the black version of MySpace. Listen, after Black Planet, I think Plenty of Fish would have been the first real dating app that I ever joined or that I was ever on. And the reason why I have a love-hate relationship with Plenty of Fish is because when I moved to Vegas, it was really like an anchor for me to find people and get out there and date. And the people that I met back in 2014, 2015 were real quality people. Quality men in the fact that they were educated, had good jobs. No one really had a trash, like they weren't trash on paper, but personalities, attitudes, goals in life, how they treat women, whether they're faithful or not, that was not it. But I did meet about 4 or 5 people, went on a couple dates while I was living in Vegas. And I actually had a relationship with one of the people that I met on Plenty of Fish when I was living in Vegas. Needless to say, that's over, but there was a relationship that came from Plenty of Fish. And I really didn't realize that till I got ready to sit down and I was taking notes on what I wanted to talk about and I was ranking the dating sites and I was like, wow, I had a boyfriend from Plenty of Fish. Now, Plenty of Fish in 2019 and 2020, whole nother ball game. Whole nother ball game. I was on in 2019 briefly. I think the beginning of 2019, somebody convinced me to get on there, and I was on there for about a month, and then I got off. No, this would have been December of 2018 going into January, if I'm not mistaken, of 2019. And men that got secret lives, secret families, men that only want to call you when they, at a certain spot, and you just picking up on the behaviors. You want to video chat me inside of your car. But then, so it was just a lot of stuff that I picked up on that I was like, you know what? This ain't for me.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
They're very aggressive. I hear for the men on Plenty of Fish, there's a lot of fake profiles that they run into, so they don't really know if the person is real. They've been getting catfished and all that other stuff. But I'm quite sure it works for some people. If you want to maybe hook up, or you really don't want anything serious, maybe that's your steez, maybe that's your flow. That's why it's kind of in the middle, because it's not super terrible, but it is also not great. I did get a relationship out of it, but who knows? It's just not my thing. Moving right along. Number 3, Tinder. I put Tinder as number 3 because I really didn't give Tinder a fair chance. I can be honest. Everybody always said that it was the hookup app. So I was like, I ain't really trying to hook up. You know what I'm saying? We can hook up and link up, but I'm not trying to get in bed with you. So it's like, I didn't know if the people that were on the app were going to have that type of energy. But I know somebody that met a doctor on Tinder. Maybe that was just their way. Maybe that was the only app that they knew to get on to try to meet people. It just wasn't, I wasn't crazy about it. Like, I really didn't find a lot of connections. It seemed the most superficial to me. But Tinder got more time than the BLK app did. Tinder got about 72 hours. Probably might have got a week if I'm not mistaken. But I was gone. Gone with the wind, fabulous. Number 2 is Hinge. I may need to rearrange this, because Hinge, it's hard for me to put Hinge at number 2. Hinge I was on for about 3 months, somewhere around in there. Never met anybody off of the app. Cool people, a lot of conversations, a lot of, hey, how you doing? Person don't respond, then hit you up a week later talking about, oh, hey, sorry, I didn't hit you up, blah, 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 blah. But nobody was about that action into like, hey, let's go on a date. Hey, do you want to meet up here? Hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? It was none of that. So sometimes, what the heck? I don't know what that was. No one was planning dates. So after a while, just the talking and the jibber jabber going back and forth, I was just tired. And I don't want to be the one that's like, hey, do you want to meet up? Because then it's just like, nah. In this day and age, I'm looking for a man to take control and let me know what he wants. I've been a planner. I've been the payer. I've been the let's do this, let's do that. I'm over that. I want a man not to necessarily sweep me off my feet, because maybe it can happen. That's a little bit more of a fairy tale life. I'm a little bit more of a realist. But I was just like, no. No one was like, hey, let's meet up. No one was like, hey, let's go here, let's go there. So after a while, I was like, I don't even think I exchanged numbers with anybody on that app. No. I didn't even exchange numbers with anybody on the app. Now, my number 1 dating app that I would recommend to any and everybody. Some people have said no. Some people said it didn't work for me. Some people said, girl, how you meet all them people? But let me tell you, I had a hot girl summer in 2019. I wasn't frolicking, but your girl was on the dates, okay? There were contestants. There were dates. I think in 8 weeks or in 12 weeks, I went on 10 dates. Or in 11 weeks, I went on 10 dates. So your girl was like, okay, we got a date on Tuesday. We got a date on Saturday. We got a date on Sunday. That's how hot your girl was in the summer of 2019. So my number 1 dating app is Bumble. You get a Bumble. You get a Bumble. You get a Bumble. I love Bumble. Now let me tell you why I love Bumble. The people that I met, first of all, the interface is laid out, not the interface, the system is laid out for the woman to talk to the man first. So if I don't really find you interesting, you can like my picture, you can do whatever, but you cannot send me a message that says, oh, you look so sexy. Oh, look at your booty. Oh, girl, I want to slurp you up and down, like somebody told me on Hinge.
Boy, if you don't...
You get the opportunity. It's in your court. You have control. Literally, all of my messages that I would send were very basic to the point. Hello, how are you? When I felt like being a little spicy and a little flirty, I would be like, oh, Leo and a Leo, or Leo and an Aries, you know? Now, the reason that I like Bumble is the interface. It's so user-friendly. It's a swipe to the left if you don't want them, kind of like Tinder. Swipe to the right if you do want them. But when you swipe to the right, if they have already said yes to you, you get an immediate thing that says, ta-da! You guys have connected. So it kind of feels like, not like a game, but it feels like, oh, so he was already peeping me. It makes you feel a little bit more comfortable to go ahead and message the person because you already know that they have interest in you. It's not like you're swiping on them and you're waiting for them to, you know, a week or two later, 3 weeks later to say that they like you back. It's instant gratification. Now, what I also like about if I say bundle one more again, what I also like about Bumble is the fact that you can see what they do for a living. Most people are telling the truth. You can see what they do for a living. You can see their occupation. They could link their Instagram account so you can kind of see how they live personally. You can also see what kind of music they like. So sometimes I would use that, like Spotify, to my advantage. Like, oh, okay, he likes what I like, or oh, I actually like that song by that artist. Maybe we can relate on that. So it was very user-friendly, interactive, and I met some quality dudes. The first time that I got on Bundle. Bruh. Do I just need... Cancel me. I'm canceled. The first time that I got on Bumble was, I think, 2017. I met a guy from Bangladesh. Yes, she's an equal opportunity dater, employer. You can be yellow, orange, green, yellow, purple, blue, yellow, green, turquoise, yellow, green, blue, blue. But if you treat me right, that's all that matters. And he was in IT. He was like an IT manager. So he made good money. He lived in a fancy part of town, had an expensive condo, no kids. He was about 40. Now, if you don't know anything about me, I do date older. I definitely date older. So he was about 40. So I was like, okay, no kids, you know. Now, the thing is, well, we're not even going to go into that because we didn't end up dating long. We dated for about 4 months and then had to come to a halt. But what I liked is that every single person that I met had something going for them. They were not bums. They've either made good money or had a career, were in the military, reached out to me and said, let's meet up. Let's go for coffee. But a lot of these dudes was like straight to restaurants. I'm like, I love the quality of these men. And I think all of them that I met in person didn't have kids. It was just one guy that had a roommate for 3 or 4 years after they moved to Arizona and had like 3 dogs. And I was like, sir, you catfished me because you don't look how you looked in your photos in person. But you know, there was a couple of Applebee's dates, you know what I'm saying? Eat, happy hour, have a drink. And then there was also, I gained weight. Going on these dates. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm just really thinking like that contributed to my weight gain. There was a lot of opportunity to meet quality men. There were firefighters on there, doctors, surgeons, personal trainers, any type of, and then there's a couple that'll be like, I make money. It'll be like occupation, I make money. Bro, if you don't sit down somewhere, you a drug dealer. Just say you a drug dealer, not a dealer, a drug dealer. We don't have time for those shenanigans. So it gave me a healthy pool, a healthy dating pool. And I was able to kind of make my decision off of what I knew that I wanted. You can see their sign, age, kids, no kids, smoke, don't smoke, all of that. So for me, Bumble was the #1 dating app. If y'all want any tips, tricks, pointers, please comment down below and let me know. I am the online dating app queen. Now, I am going to make another video that talks about tips and tricks of online dating, how to set up your profile, how you should look, what type of pictures, safety with online dating, because that's very important. Girls out here is getting snatched up and killed, and it's not okay. So I will also have tips and tricks on how to make sure that you're safe, how to make sure that you're comfortable before you go and meet someone that you met online. But other than that, that is my top 5 dating app list from 5 to 1. If there's any dating apps that you love or that you cannot stand, let me know. I want to hear about it. Comment down below. But other than that, that is the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. Let them know what I'm up to. But without further ado, your girl is out. Bye.